Hope for Sierra Leone comes from the enthusiasm and belief young people like Issa and Sori have in education. For like many children, their schooling stopped during the war. They save the little they earn and use it to pay for their school fees.
You write on the topic that is levels of organization of life. You see, please don't forget death is a characteristic of a living organism. One day they will die.
During the war, the brothers managed to stay out of the militias, but their lives were affected just as profoundly as a child's soldiers.
When the rebel attacked there, we ran away with my father. They destroy our house, destroy all our properties. During the war, they captured some peoples and they cut their hands. Some even took knife and choked someone. They used these tires, motor tires, and they can burn someone.
We have suffered a lot, that's all.
But if a brother that are so kind to me, they have killed them during this war.
Some of our people are innocent. They just kill. You just kill them for nothing. I hope now it's going to be a peace, continuous peace.
Recovery from a man-made disaster, such as a decade-long war, means putting back basic elements of a civil society. In Myamba, a small town 45 kilometers from the capital, a community radio station offers fresh hope of normality. And what makes this station a bit special is that it's run by the youth, dedicated to giving young people a voice.
Hello and welcome to the news in English.
Almost 80% of the station's output of 14 hours a day is aimed at children. 18-year-old Harriet Tucker has been a presenter since Modcar first went on air 2 years ago.
It helps the children express themselves, help them to know their rights, preach about their rights, and even let them know their responsibilities. Tell the people in charge whenever they see something happening that affects children, they come to the radio, talk about it, call us about it, and the authorities in charge will know that the children are really aware of what is happening and try to put a stop to it.
Children as young as 4 and 5 know the station, and some appear in the programmes.
Today we are at the St. Joseph's Preschool to do Tiny Thoughts Special with them, a program we've been doing since the start of the radio.
Are you ready, children?
Yes.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Party, welcome everybody. Party, welcome everybody. Thank you, children. Please sit down. Now we have the children say some rhymes.
A small mango, all are eating.
Yes, talk now. London Bridge is falling down.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down.
These children are young children coming up. What the aunties teach them in school, they have the opportunity to express themselves out. And when they sit at home, listen to their voices, they become happy. And it makes them become outspoken when they are older in school and gives them confidence to speak in public.
Budding broadcasters are encouraged to develop programmes and ideas for discussion groups on child rights. So far, the topics covered include early marriage, child trafficking and rape.
Myamba, I think, is notorious for rape cases of adults raping children. Children as young as 8, as young as 7, these adult people rape them. But once the children started to expose these pedophiles through the radio, the level of rape cases is very, very minimal now in Myamba as compared to before the radio was established.
Hello listeners, you are welcome to yet another edition of our usual program focused on children.
As well as tackling social issues, The station also reports on and disseminates information about healthcare, specifically disease prevention.
We'll start by identifying some of these disasters and cite places where they've occurred, especially in Myamba district.
Like diarrhea and malaria. As for diarrhea, it has been occurring in Myamba township here. And for malaria, almost everywhere in Myamba district, malaria has been affecting children.
17-year-old Philip is a reporter. Philip's been trained how to gather material and produce radio programs.
I'm going to do a story on the disaster that has been happening in Myamba. Especially there was an diarrhea with vomiting outbreak in the section of Freetown. Knock knock.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
How are you?
Fine.
In the past 2 months, scores of people have been struck down by sickness and diarrhea.
What actually caused this outbreak of diarrhea and with vomiting at this community?
To my understanding, have you seen that the water they use?
In some cases, the outbreak's been fatal.
They lost 4 lives: a baby, a man, a woman, and a young man in their community. This was due to the river.
Like many rural communities, these villages in Myamba rely on the local river for their main water supply.
Okay, so this is the river which they use to launder, they wash there, and at the same time they use it as drinking water. At the top of it, people do the same thing there, but they excrete there. When everything gets down here, they use it as drinking water. They believe that it was the root cause of the diarrhea with vomiting.
After listening to the news about the outbreak and its probable cause, the villagers themselves took action to provide clean drinking water.
He was just explaining the information he gets on radio by children. He said due to the radio program, they've started digging a water well so that the sickness may go away.
A community radio station, rapping for peace, scraping a living from motorcycle taxes to pay school fees, all hopeful signs a country can try to heal the scars of its self-inflicted disaster. But Sierra Leone, despite its diamond wealth, remains stubbornly at the bottom of the UN's League of the Poorest Countries. And it still has thousands of former child killers, now in their late teens, who are looking for a new life.